Lesson 4, the practical side of mentorship. And this is key. This is just the how-to type of things. Um, because great mentors don't just have great conversations. They build consistency and commitment into the relationship, right? You'll be walking through the Encounter Jesus or Principles of Life with your mentee. What you need is structure and schedule. The lessons will help you with this because they're built around that. So, what we're going to do in this lesson is we're going to establish regular meeting schedules, help you with creating a rhythm inside your mentoring sessions, talk about some of the common challenges that come along, like cancellations and disengagement, things like that, and when you may need to step back. Okay? So, the first thing is establishing a consistent schedule. How often should you meet? Weekly or bi weekly? Some people make monthly work, but monthly is very difficult. They seem to not get many meetings get missed, and because the time between them, people don't see them as very important, and it just doesn't usually work very well. I strongly am in favor of weekly. Even Paul to the Corinthians said, "Let all things be done decently and in order." So if you go through the Encounter Jesus or Principles of Life together, you'll notice in there it's talked about that it makes the assumption you're going to be doing it weekly. Okay. Now you need to pick a specific day and time. So in other words, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. or something like that. Now, um, within the structure of each mentoring session, this was discussed in detail in lesson 3, so I'm not going to go over it much here. But if you follow the guide, you'll see there the same thing over and over again to build that rhythm. You watch a lesson video together, you discuss the reflection questions, probably do some journaling or some type of written assignment, apply it to real life during the next week, and close with a prayer. Do it over and over. Simple, repeatable structure, and the program's built around it. Okay, now finally, what about handling challenges? Because you will have challenges. All right, so let's say your mentee keeps canceling or losing interest. Life changes, and there's sometimes they're in a season to grow and sometimes they're not. It's okay to ask, is this still something that's helpful for you right now? If if it's not, that's okay. You give them space. You just leave the door open. Okay? What if they don't open up? All right? They don't seem to want to discuss anything. First of all, be patient. It may be a sign of lack of trust, and keep asking good questions. It's great, but don't pressure them too much, and pray for God to soften their heart. You just have to keep at it. Sometimes people will open up a lot more if you open up yourself, but that's not always true. A lot of times it just revolves around trust. Give it time. All right. Now, what if you feel like you're just not helping? Okay, this is a common one. Remember, though, you're not there to fix the person. You walk down this path with them and let God do the work. That's why you have these programs, okay? Um, you don't know. In First Corinthians, Paul again wrote, "So neither he who plants nor he who waters is anything, but only God who gives the growth." Okay, you got to plant the seeds, you got to water it, let God grow them, and you may not see that plant burst forth from the soil. You just walk the path with them. Okay. Now, another point to remember: you're not alone in this. Okay. You don't have to have everything figured out. But in the Christian Teams Excel member portal. There's a mentor discussion group. Go there. That's a place for mentors to ask questions. I personally check it every day. I'll share my experiences. Others will do that. It's a great place to get advice. And because of that, you're going to get advice from more than one person usually. And these are people who have done what you're doing. So it's a great place for you to not be alone as you walk someone down this path. There's also a direct messaging system in there. You can just reach out directly to some other mentor who you have a relationship with. If that's okay with them, it's great. Okay. That's God intends us to work together. And that's one way to do it. You're not mentoring alone. Okay. Pray for your mentees, meet with them regularly. Don't be afraid, if it's not the season to let them go. Be patient with them, and you're not in this alone. Next lesson, helping your mentee become a mentor.